What is good, fam? Thank you for watching us. Thank you for tuning in. I know that there's only one of you tonight, but we don't care. We're just going to keep doing this no matter who's listening. But yeah, again, we see this more and more. Our Lord and Savior, the Chief, Kunal Kohli, he is ditching us again. This time, I don't know if it's for taking a flight to New York. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's just
Can we even say what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kosher now?
I mean, he announced it on Facebook, so I think we can.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's tell them. Let's inform everybody what's going on. So
Kunal is having a butt baby.
He already had that 3 weeks ago.
Yep, and now he's on maternity leave.
It's pretty ugly too. Usually butt babies are like at least semi
kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
his is butt ass ugly. It looks like him. Who would have thought? But on a real note, he got a new job and he announced it on last week's podcast, but he made us cut it out because he didn't want his company that doesn't watch it to see that he announced it. And then he went on to have a essay lengthy.
Should I read it
on Facebook? I don't think anyone cares.
I think I should. I'm gonna read it.
But yeah, shout out to Kunal. Congrats. I just don't know why you made us not post that clip, but then still announced it the next day before the clip was even posted. I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but I'll read the post so everyone is aware. After more than 3 years in the Flower City, my last day with Spectrum News Rochester is May 5th.
Wait, the Flower City is Rochester?
Apparently. I didn't know those.
Is that like a known fact?
I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know it was the Flower City. Fulton? They're the city with a future.
They're the city of crackheads.
Either or. City of the future. City with a future. City of crackheads. It has been an incredible ride. I joined the team in 2018 as a news assistant and became part of the greatest nightside team in the market, working my way from helping producer to leading the charge on our 5 p.m. show.
If it was that great, you wouldn't have left.
And we're gonna have to cut this now.
He doesn't have to lie.
I can't stress enough.
Lying to your fucking Facebook friends, Kunal.
This was on Twitter. I can't stress enough how important this situation is to me. Oh, how important this station is to me. Rochester, you're unbelievably lucky to have storytellers as passionate about their craft as they are here. I also can't thank the team enough for making me a part of the news family. From countless nights on East and Alexander to going to WrestleMania to doing the news. It's been one hell of a ride. You're probably wondering, what's next? Seeing as ESPN won't give me an hour-long special to announce my decision, and this is the part where I get angry. Because we gave Kunal the opportunity last week to have an hour-long special to announce where he was going, and he made us cut that out. So
he fumbled the bag.
We had it all planned out for him, but nope. He had to make us look bad. Oh, what? Because we're not as big as ESPN, you couldn't announce it on our podcast?
He could have just posted this instead of taking an hour to write something.
Yeah, it would have been easy. 1, 2, 3. It's whatever. I guess I'll tell you here, I'm taking my talents to the Queen City. That is Charlotte, North Carolina. I didn't know that was the Queen City.
I feel like I feel like I knew that. I don't know why.
But I thought it was Minnesota.
The Queen City?
Yeah, in Minnesota.
Isn't that like the Frozen City?
No. Minnesota.
I don't think you're right, dude.
Minnesota name. Oh, they're the Twin City.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I don't know why
Because
it makes sense.
because it has two N's in the name.
Oh,
Yep.
that's very, very clever.
Yep. And joining Spectrum News Charlotte as a producer. See you soon, Buzz City.
Wait, you said this
So
was
this is
on
where
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
How did he have that many characters?
He did it on on this.
Oh,
It
he
was
did a
screenshot.
notepad. What a
Yeah.
clever guy.
But is it the Buzz City or is it the Queen City? Now I'm confused.
Isn't Buzz City New Orleans?
No, New Orleans is because they used to be the Hornets.
Okay.
That makes sense. Well, congrats, Kunal. Everybody here at the challenge is going to miss you. Is that was he? Did he? He didn't even mention us. He didn't even say, and like I'm still going to be with the challenge.
From us already. All right, but
well, I guess we have an opening position for head. What is he? Head chief. The chief. We're looking for our new chief editor. Give me a call at 315-663-7323, and I'll set up an interview.
Uh-oh. You just gave your phone number to the one listener that we have. What are we going to do now?
That's not my real number.
Yo, but let's get serious for a second. So why I'm not trying to call out Kunal, every second, but it might sound that way. Why do people use Twitter like Facebook? That actually does grind my gears.
Twitter is where you're supposed to be your natural self, not some PC, I have to watch what I say because my grandma's on Facebook. Twitter is your free space. It shouldn't be your professional space.
I don't care what you're doing with your day. I don't care what your friends are doing. I really don't care. If you have a original thought that comes to your head, Twitter is the space where you post it, not just an update on your life. We don't care. Use Instagram, use Facebook for that. We really don't care. Twitter, it does suck. But the thing about Twitter,
you say,
"Oh, sorry,
you go." We've been doing this for how long, and we still keep talking over each other.
And we naturally do that, though.
All right, you go.
So the people that do this, though, it's always the acquaintances you had in high school that you kind of know, but you don't, and you don't want to unfollow because you don't want to look like that asshole.
Yeah. So I feel like Twitter is the place where you put out shit like, Drake is a pedophile. Yeah, that's an original thought. Or, we'll get into that a little bit later in the podcast. But there was an original thought that I had on Twitter. Just stuff like that. Putting out just hashtag Doge. That's an original thought.
To the fucking moon. Let's fucking go, people.
To the fucking moon. I had one that said if anyone ever sells their Doge, you can't trust them. So there's somebody here in our podcast who can't be trusted. Two people actually, because I think Kunal sold.
Sold what? He made like $50?
No, he sold. Anybody that sold after the original jump in January can't be trusted.
Wait, he sold then?
Yeah.
I thought he was saying that he was on the up and up.
No, I think he sold. You sold.
Yeah, I sold, but I got back in at a decent time.
But you still sold.
I'm still up $700.
Guess what I'm up?
2,000. Oh wait, no, 4,000.
Nope.
5,000.
Yeah.
Yo, good shit. When are you selling though? When it hits 1, or are you just gonna keep
$100?
At what?
$100.
I read that it's not possible.
Well, it's gonna be possible. If more companies allow you to use Doge as a currency, it will go up.
That is true. And it just opened up on a bunch of different crypto sites, which I don't understand why it wasn't tradable on them to begin with. Like, it's a crypto. Why did Robinhood have the rights to it at first? Like, why was it exclusive?
Because Robinhood didn't think it was going to blow up. And Robinhood was like the fake crypto place. And then they got that because it was a meme. And they wanted to draw people to it.
But yeah, dude, I don't get it. But still, what were we even talking about?
About how you
original thoughts,
use Twitter.
Yeah, I had a risque tweet the other night, and I thought it was a valid tweet, but if I put it anywhere else, I would have been canceled. Twitter, I think it's more okay. And I think because, Twitter is a thinking space, it just brings collaboration, it brings in information, and it brings opinion. My tweet was Blake Griffin got into a scuffle, and some guy was like, looked like he was visibly mad at him. So I was like, I wonder if like people look at Blake Griffin weird when he says the N-word. And honestly, think about it. Like, if, like, no matter who you are, I feel like you're going to at least do like a double take if Blake Griffin said something like that.
Same thing with Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker, I think he gets like more of a pass.
No, I don't think so.
Klay Thompson too, but I think Klay Thompson's so like nonchalant about everything, I don't think anyone would care.
And Steph Curry though too.
Yeah, if any light skin, like the lighter skin guys that are like so light that they look white. I mean, Steph Curry doesn't look white.
Jeremy Lin when he had his dreads.
Oh, he had the N-word pass.
Yeah, we still look at him sideways.
Yo, I thought that haircut was fucking dope, though. I can't lie. I was so hyped about that.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Coors Banquet.
Oh, Coors Banquet slaps, dude. Good choice.
It does. Yeah, it does slap. And you can get pretty fucked up off of it.
Yeah, it's a heavy-ass beer.
Yeah. Coors Banquet, where if you're going to have a banquet, have a Coors Banquet.
Yeah, if there's any college kids or anyone for that matter listening, yeah, Coors Banquet, that's like the best value beer you can get. It's like what?
I had
$14 for a 30.
I got a 6-pack for $6.
Yeah, it's a steal.
And
it's tasty, and there's also the cool bottles that it comes in if you get that.
The cool bottles, yes. This was just at a gas station. But if you want to look sophisticated at a party or out I don't know, at the park,
you're on the town tailgate with your woman or man.
And if you go up to a bartender, you're like, do you have any Coors Banquet? They're usually going to say no, but they're going to respect you because they think you know your beers.
Yeah. But also,
you're not just getting those Bud Lights, those Coors Lights or mix. You're getting a Coors Banquet. You look cool.
What is the other? You should know the answer because you're a beer guy. What is the other top value beer?
What's the orange one? Not Shock Top.
Shock Top is good. Yeah, isn't that? That's like
No.
Oh, you're talking Fuck! I used to get this all the time. God damn.
You get the orange inside it.
That's not a value beer though. It's more expensive.
Value beer?
Something Moon.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, but that's not a value beer. It's actually like kind of pricey. Like Banquet's cheap. That's like a low end shitty beer. It can be light. It can be anything. I would just like to hear your opinion. You're probably not going to get my answer right. It's actually based in the Flower City.
Oh, Is it the one with the, what's it called? Goat on it or something like that?
I don't think it has a logo.
Blue Moon?
Blue Moon is the one you just
that's
were
what we're
talking about.
No, Tommy, what is it?
Genesee Red Eye.
Okay, that's what I thought it was gonna be.
So Genesee, it's known for being like a really shitty beer, but their brewery is fucking lit. I will admit that. But the one beer that's actually good that they make is Red Eye. It's genuinely an awesome beer. And I think you would probably fuck with it. It's always done cheap. There's this taco bar in Binghamton, and for whatever reason, like they had like all of these beers. They had all of like the high end ones, and then the one shitty one they had was Genesee Red Eye. So I would literally only go just to get a pint of Genesee Red Eye. That was my thing.
And this is a pint. $6 for 6 pints.
That's good.
It's a good deal. Go buy it at your local drugstore.
That's the shit that like if you went to like a shitty college bar, they'd give you a pitcher of that for $3.
Whenever you order, drop the code the casuals and get 15% off at the cash register.
Yes, sir. All right, I think that's an intro, and I think it's time to jump into this podcast, guys.
So, Spoon his name is just Matt. He put out an interesting tweet this week. We're not roasting him. I thought this was a good discussion to talk about. If you were LeBron James, would you rather have the 3-1 comeback against the Warriors and 4 rings, so what he has now, or 6 rings, but the 3-1 comeback never happened?
So this is a tough one because like if he had 6, he would be right there with Kobe. Or no, he'd be right there with MJ, right?
Yep.
So like that draws me to believe that I'd want that, but like it really depends how he wins the other 2 rings, right? Because like
no, I'm thinking, oh, okay,
you know what I mean? Like other 3, I guess, because it.
Yeah, no, other 2. Yeah. Oh, no, well, yeah, other 3 because he wouldn't have had it. Yeah.
Because like I view his Cleveland ring, I weighed it way more than the other ones, like the 2 Heat ones, where he was on, the Doom Squad. No one was beating them. It would have been embarrassing if they lost more than 2 finals on that team. And then like the Lakers one, it was just an easy path. I mean, still a ring's a ring, but it like I didn't view it as that much. I felt like they got pretty lucky with that playoff run. So really depends how he'd win the other 3. Like, would they be just like that? Would it be like an easier path? And then you would have to wonder, it's like, oh, I guess he never really had to battle any adversity. While that Cleveland ring, it was just fucking the most improbable thing. And that like that day, I will, I will never change my opinion on this until someone else comes around. That solidified him as the GOAT for me that one day. Game 7.
Yeah, I think I would rather have the 3-1 comeback because I feel like once he had that, people respected him more, and he wasn't just like the butt of the joke where it was like, oh, but he went to X amount of finals and lost X amount of finals, and then it put him on the top because like the team that he beat was the 73 win Warriors, the way he did it, and yeah, he has a bunch of losses in the finals, but I think that one just brought him over the top. So he would have, if he went the other way, he would be 6-4 in the finals, and I still think people would shit on him for losing those 4 finals.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, at this rate, like he very well could get 6 anyways.
He could, and he would be, I think 6-6, 6 for 6, or win 6, lose 6.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, I completely feel that. And like, if he won those 6, and like KD still won it in his house twice, and then like let's say like KD had 3 rings or something, then you're gonna have like the KD LeBron talks. Like right now, the KD LeBron talks, only the haters really have those talks. Let's be real. Anyone that knows basketball, they're gonna put LeBron in that next class. If he didn't really have that amazing championship, I'm not sure if most of those people are going to be putting him in that class. Then it's like, oh, maybe he's like, his career was as good as Tim Duncan. You're going to see haters say bullshit like that.
Yeah, I think you people talk about how Kobe would still be ahead of him.
Yep.
MJ would be ahead of him. I mean, shit, Tim Duncan would be ahead of him too.
And you're right though. Like after that championship, you saw the hate. Like everyone that was doubting him, they're like, all right, like maybe we were wrong to a certain extent about this kid. You know, like we didn't think he had a chance. That's some real fucking goat shit. No one else is gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, I think it's an easy one. Yeah, I think you would rather have that too, because he would never won one for Cleveland.
For sure, it was just what it meant to the city was great. I mean, let's just theoretically say that it wouldn't have happened, but it would have been super embarrassing if he went back to Cleveland and didn't win it for them, and then they would still not have a championship.
Yeah,
that would have been really embarrassing. And honestly, I don't know if it would have mattered what he did with the rest of his career. Hell, like he could have like 7, and I don't think anyone would care.
Yeah, he fulfilled the prophecy that he had before he came in.
Literally, yeah. Like he had to fulfill the prophecy. He had to get that off his shoulders. And like that, and you saw his leadership just go through the roofs after that.
Yeah, ever since that, he became more of a corn. This is the real LeBron we were supposed to see.
Honestly, yeah, that's actually really fair because he started to care about being like a role model and stuff like that. The Taco Tuesday happened. Yeah.
The corn LeBron came out after the 3-1 finals. We may not even had another Space Jam if this didn't happen. All good things came out from that 3-1 Warriors defeat. Well, actually, no, a lot of bad things happened. KD to the Warriors for 3 years.
Yeah, that was bad.
My girlfriend cheated on me with her boyfriend.
You were on the bench waiting to be called up.
Yep.
You were the 6th man.
COVID happened. Sam Darnold turned out to be a bust. The Knicks turned out to be good. Now the Nets are good. Yeah, nothing good came out of that. You lied about that.
Oh, Bilal Powell.
Bilal Powell retired. He never got his chance. If LeBron would have lost that, he probably would have been a starting running back.
True.
Fuck you, LeBron.
Yeah, and honestly, like, have you ever watched The Flash, or like, do you know what his powers are?
Yeah, I know what his powers are. I've never watched the CW show.
You know, yeah, that's a really corny show, by the way, so don't watch it. But you know how like he can time travel, and when he time travels, like time like kind of spider webs and gets fucked up.
Yeah.
So maybe LeBron actually time traveled because he couldn't win in Cleveland. And by doing that, all of those things that you mentioned happened because of it. He literally did it, and it only affected you.
I guess I'm pretty pissed at him.
Yep.
Yeah, he can go fuck himself.
And that's why you think Kevin Durant is the GOAT.
I don't think Kevin Durant is the GOAT. I would rather say Steph Curry is the GOAT over.
Really?
KD. Yeah.
Damn.
In that scenario. KD's just a bitch. Let him come at me in my DMs saying that I'm a bitch. Because I'll hold my own on like that fucking herpes ass Michael Rappaport.
Come and get me, KD. You know you want this.
Yeah, come and get me, KD. You skinny little snake bitch.
After he sees that, bro, he's gonna sell his fucking $400 million that he has in Doge.
Yeah, and fuck my numbers.
Take this, you asshole.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I bet you KD wants to bust my butthole up.
You think so?
Because for sure. He'd see me. He's like, yeah, I want to eat them cheeks. He seems like that guy.
I don't know. I feel like even if he was gay, I feel like he would never own up to it. He would never want to admit it.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe this could be his safe space.
Yeah, maybe you can be the one for him
on our podcast.
I don't know. Maybe you can be the one that that lets him play in the booty hole, in the rat hole.
Here's
maybe
a question for you.
We're
both straight males here. What's your price tag?
What's my price tag?
Yeah, someone to bust a nut in your asshole.
Depends what they look like, first of all. Depends how many followers they have on Twitter. And yeah, I think those are my only two factors. But let's say
$100,000 cash on the table. 10 minutes or until completion.
I think $100,000 is actually fair.
I think it's pretty fair too. I would do it for
I think that's my mark. I think if it was 50, I'd think about it. I'd really ponder it. But I think I still might do it if I couldn't work it up.
Yeah. If it was if I knew my baseline was 50, but I said like, hey, add another 50, and it's I don't think about it.
You would have to do some major bartering, but ultimately, I think I'd probably settle for that. But anything less, I wouldn't do.
Yeah. See, I think people who are like, it's gonna take me $1 million to do it. I said, well, maybe you're a closet. You're in the closet.
No, they just don't like money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it because I was talking about this at work, and some guy was like, all right, $1 million? Nah, I can't do that. I said $2 million? No. I said $5 million? No, I can't do it. I said, someone gives you $5 million on the table.
Your life is changed forever.
Yeah, forever.
You are set for life, and you don't want to sacrifice 10 minutes.
Yeah, as I said. I said, nobody will know. I said, it just $1 million. You want to do it? No, I can't do it. I said, okay. I guess I'm gonna whore out myself because I'll take the fucking $1 million.
Dead ass, dude. That's the type of dude that sold Doge.
Yeah, can't be trusted.
It went up to it went up to fucking 2 cents, and he's like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
I'm done. I double my profits.
Yeah, dude. I don't. You're right though. It's like you feel there's people that think that their masculinity is like in question constantly, and they feel like they always have to like prove it to people that they're straight. But like in reality, like you and me, like we'll go on a podcast, we'll be in public, and we'll say a bunch of gay shit. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because we're confident in our sexuality.
That's the most masculine thing you can do is feel like you're free to do what you want.
Yeah.
That's the main masculine thing. And like even gay guys, like I feel like it's pretty damn masculine that they come out. That takes fucking confidence. Like gay people are viewed a certain way in this country, and they don't care. They just want to do what they want to do, and you have to respect that. But if there's people that out there that just like they're always in question. They hate when people are different, so they don't want to be those guys that are outsiders. Those guys, they're just bums. They're just gonna, they're never going to amount to anything. They're never going to be truly happy. And their friends are probably going to suck if they want to be around someone like that.
I agree. Just take it up the pooper to prove that you're not gay. And that's all I ask for.
You are gay if you refuse to do it.
Yeah, if you say I'm not gonna let anyone up my pooper, then you're gay.
That's exactly it, dude. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, gay guys aren't even that gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if a gay guy said, so if you turn around to a gay guy and said, hey, listen, there's this girl, $1,000,000, all you got to do, put it up her pooper. You think they're going to say no? Of course they're going to do it. It's $1,000,000.
Yeah. We're both in agreement on this one, man. People are too insecure, and it's crazy. It's a problem.
I don't know if this topic would have even came out if we didn't have our chief. We need him to keep us in line, or we might get canceled.
Exactly, dude. We can't be tearing down everything that he built. Yeah. God forbid. All right.
All of the.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I was gonna end it, so just get your last thought out.
I'm just gonna say one more thing. The take it up the pooper for money people are gonna cancel us, and then we're screwed.
That's the person, like that type of person. That's like when I posted the "fuck the Grizzlies" article, and that one Grizzlies fan got like super fucking butthurt and told everybody that he wanted to fight me. That's the type of guy that would not take the money.
Or Michael Negus.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
He's really annoying on Facebook.
I've never met a guy who wanted to be a person of color as much as he does.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just feel like he tries too hard to have friends.
I think that. And I think he just tries too hard in general.
He's a hype beast, bro. That's what they do.
I remember you used to say that I was a hype beast. And I think that's wrong.
Dude, you're rocking flannel for the 8th time in a row, dude. You're a hype beast.
I didn't wear it last week.
Dude, Doodle Bob was whack. And you're out here repping him like he's God.
He is. It's a dope hat. End the segment because I'm about to get mad.
Don't disrespect Doodle Bob. So over the past week, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw potentially the most cap I have ever witnessed on any sort of forum in my entire life. And guess who it came from? It came from Ezus McCloof, the Lord and Savior. This man was spewing bullshit. I kid you not. He actually tweeted, quote, "Is How I Met Your Mother a top 10 show?" End quote. Elias, the people need to know. How the fuck do you have something positive to say about How I Met Your Mother?
Well, first off, it was a question. I was asking people if they thought that How I Met Your Mother was a top 10 show. And I was waiting for somebody to say that, yes, it is a top 10 show. Because I was going to call them out and ask them,
You're
what
baiting.
is it that's so good? Yeah, I was baiting somebody to tell me why they think that show is so good. I have watched How I Met Your Mother from season 1 to whatever other season. I watched the final. I got emotional at the final.
Isn't there like 20 seasons?
No, I think there's like 10. I'm not sure. Maybe 8. But after watching it again, I didn't even watch it I didn't watch it fully through twice. I got through like the 4th season. Not even halfway through the 4th season. And I was like, why am I watching this? This show is trash. Like it's not even funny. And it's just the same bullshit. And I just wanted to have a little fight on Twitter with somebody that was a How I Met Your Mother fanboy.
What type of person watches sitcoms nowadays?
Literally people that watch The Office. Those are the people that watch the sitcoms.
I disagree. I feel like Office is, there's a lot of people that watch it. Some of those viewers might enjoy sitcoms, but I feel like sitcoms are mainly for like middle-aged adults that have annoying ass kids that get home from work, that hate their fucking lives, get home at 7. They want to just, unload, unwind, and just ignore their fucking kids for an hour. And they'll just turn on, Fox and watch that. I feel like that's their viewer that they go for.
I would agree. But I think a lot of people watch them for some kind of personality trait.
What do you mean?
Like
The Office, for example. I don't understand.
So I think people will watch them just to say that they watched it because other people watch it and just say that it's good. So that they have some kind of connection with another person, when in reality that show is trash.
So The Office is interesting because I think women in general do that for a lot of things. And I think a lot of guys, they actually watched it so they would have things in common with those women. So you're right. Like, it's working both ways for The Office. But I'm not sure who has conversations about How I Met Your Mother.
People's maybe not now. I think maybe people realized that it was a trash show. But back in the day, people used to talk about How I Met Your Mother religiously.
See, I remember, what was the Bazinga show? That other bum
Big
ass?
Bang Theory.
I remember people watch that for that reason, but I never remembered anyone watching How I Met Your Mother.
See, I think people were watching that show for that. I mean, it was big when it was on Netflix. Like when it would hit Netflix, mad people were talking about How I Met Your Mother. Because it was that was the show that Netflix had.
Why did I miss this entire event?
Because you were probably too not worried about watching a trash show that people made you think that it was a good show. I was hoodwinked.
I never even watched the show. No, I watched it for a couple minutes and I just knew it was ass. It's not that, I don't even know if the show is actually. I don't probably not when it first came out, but it was already pretty popular when I was probably what, 15, something like that.
I feel like TV shows in general have changed so much ever since even that came out maybe 6 years ago. So now you're going back and you're yeah, maybe 10 years ago. I'm not sure. And probably people are probably or at least for me, I'm damn, that shit is actually trash. I can watch so much better shit on Netflix. That's original content. That's not just recycled bullshit.
Yep.
I guess The Office is the only one that is not recycled.
I will tell you this. I think after for sitcom purposes, I think the last good one that was actually original, that wasn't just regurgitated bullshit. It wasn't just you eat asparagus, shit it out, eat your shit, and then shit it out again like the Human Centipede. Not anything like that. That 70s show, that was a super original sitcom. You can watch it nowadays and it still holds up. Still funny, still actually makes you laugh. It's not just fucking corny ass jokes, the actual plot's funny, the character development's funny, the overall fucking element of that show is great.
What are your thoughts on The League then?
I love The League, but I don't think that's a sitcom.
I think it was a sitcom.
Was there laughing? The live audience?
No, but I still think that's what is?
Yeah, that's what I think when I think of a sitcom.
See, I think a sitcom is just one of those 30-minute shows.
No. I mean, if we're talking that, then there's many other shows that I love.
But I don't think How You Met Your Mother had a laugh track.
I think it did, dude.
No, I don't think so.
Mother. There wasn't. Let's see the Wikipedia description. They had some very good actors, though. I love Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, it's an American sitcom, dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
what is a sitcom? I guess you're right. The sitcom doesn't necessarily mean there's a laugh track.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I think The League would be a sitcom. No.
Why did I assume there was a laugh track?
Because most of them have it. No, the best sitcom was probably Mike and Molly.
Mike and Molly.
Mike and Molly.
Is Molly the one? Who the fuck is? Dude, what show is this?
Mike and Molly. It taught you about you can find love in all the right places. You can find your significant other even when it looks like your life may suck. And it was just a nice, genuine family show that taught you good morals and, the type of show that you could watch at church.
Like Roseanne?
Mike and Molly. Like Roseanne, exactly.
Not problematic whatsoever.
No, not racist whatsoever.
Dude, it was an underrated one that I don't think most people our age even talk about or remember.
What?
King of Queens.
King of Queens is a good one.
It came after Sunday Night Football, like right after The Simpsons, I think. That was always a bomb show, and that always had me tuning in after no, it was right before the fucking Sunday Night Football. It was like the perfect transition.
Now, what are your thoughts on Seinfeld?
I like Seinfeld.
Okay.
I love it, actually.
Me too. I've watched like Seinfeld episodes like multiple times.
I've only watched like 2 episodes, but like I thought it was gonna be ass because I usually hate shows like that, but it was just a really clever, funny show to me.
So you only watched 2 episodes,
something like that,
and you love it.
Yeah.
We had a discussion in one of our group chats, and this one kid, I won't say his name, but it was Book Lotar, said that Seinfeld was trash and that The Office was better. But this is a guy that has his sense of humor is trash. He uses sitcom jokes as his own jokes. That's how trash he is at telling jokes.
I feel like it's just comparing apples to oranges. Because they're both really clever, funny shows. You know, I'm not even a huge Office guy because like I stopped watching after Pam and Jim got married. I really didn't care at all after that, but I did enjoy the show. Like I didn't think it was bad. I just don't think it's as good as everyone acts like it is. It's not worth like a second and third watch.
No, it is just worth the one time through.
Yeah, that's it. It's nothing more. It's not. If it wasn't so popular, I don't think like quoting it would actually be funny, unless like you know what happened in the show. If that makes any sense, like if like I'm talking to someone that never watched it, you can't just like quote it. It's not gonna do anything for them.
I'm gonna see if I can get a How I Met Your Mother fan on this podcast.
Dude, you're gonna have to tweet or like post on a bigger forum. You're probably gonna have to go to like a NFL group. I'm sure one of their fans.
I have somebody in mind. I'm just gonna see if he responds.
Who is it?
Ryan Francis, one of our writers.
He looks like a fucking How I Met Your Mother fan.
I know. I think he is a huge fan. I'm gonna see if he would like to come on.
He probably also has a Bazinga t-shirt.
He probably does.
He got it for Christmas 8 years ago.
And he still wears it.
Still wears it religiously.
I hope he responds. This will be our first phone and guest.
Yo, but like,
see what he says.
I do think this is a very interesting topic because I feel like we usually disagree on everything, but like TV shows, it looks like we're in agreement with things. Did you like Family Guy growing up, and like have you watched it recently?
I was a fan, but I wasn't like religious when I would watch it.
See, I was religious, but I recently watched it, and it's really not as good as I remember. While like American Dad,
Funny.
American Dad slaps to me now. I used to fucking hate it growing up. I guess that's because the issues brought up are different and more mature. But also like Futurama, I loved it growing up, but it's equally as, or if not better, when I watch it now. And I find that very intriguing because I always thought that was the underrated cartoon.
Yeah, I liked American Dad now. Family Guy, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
South Park is always good.
South Park is perfect. Were you an Adult Swim guy growing up?
No, my parents wouldn't let me watch Adult Swim.
See, so you didn't have like a TV in your room?
No.
That's why. So me and Mike, my twin brother, for those of you that don't know, we had a TV in our room. And like back in the day before, the TVs like would reset when you shut them off. When you would turn on like a box TV, it would stay on the channel that you left it on. So I had mine on Cartoon Network 24/7. And like the second week I had a TV, I could not sleep. So I turn on my TV at like 2 a.m. and Cartoon Network actually turned into Adult Swim. So I literally stayed up till like 6 a.m. just watching these really stupid TV shows. And ever since that day, I would like stay up to watch Cartoon Network's transition to Adult Swim. And I literally I grew up watching Adult Swim. That was always like my preferred show, or whatever you would consider Adult Swim. So I grew up watching like anime, grew up watching all these really fucking dumb, offensive and vulgar shows. And I feel like that's why I'm myself nowadays. I feel like it really did shape my personality.
So then people at Fox were right.
What do you mean?
These bad cartoons, violent video games, and pornography has melted the brains of our youth.
I think it opens it up, personally.
No, Fox was correct. It melted the brains of our youth.
See, like you would think, but like just like when you think about it, it's like Grand Theft Auto, like you're just doing violence the entire game. You would think that it's going to make you more violent. But for some reason, I just feel like it exposes you to things that, you would otherwise be sheltered to. You would never think that's actually going on in this world. But it does happen. It's very possible.
I don't know, man, because like whenever I see a hooker on the side of the road, I feel like I just want to hit her with my car and steal her money.
Why does this bitch only have $5?
My favorite thing to do in Grand Theft Auto was to fuck the hooker, let her get out the car. I would pay for, the works. Have her get out the car, kill her, take my money back, and then drive away.
Damn, you are fucking a horrible person. Maybe that's why you hate everybody.
Maybe. I understand she was maybe trying to find a way to feed her kids. Now her kids have to go to foster care. But you know what? I got a blowy, I got a handy, and I got to bust a nut. And I got my money back.
That's my fucking guy right there. Yo, GTA Online was the shit.
It was.
You know that people still play like GTA 4 online?
No way.
Yeah, this guy I go to the gym with, this was like 6 months ago. I'm like, hey bro, like what you got going on tonight? He's like, I'm probably gonna play Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, oh, did like a new one come out? He's like, nah, I'm playing the 4th one. I just got like this new DLC. Let's go. It's a new heist. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, is anything different? Are the graphics better? Like, what's keeping you on there? He's like, I don't know, bro. It's still like they still update it and stuff, so I still play.
Good for him.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ. Imagine being that loyal to a game.
I'm loyal to Madden, even though it's trash every year.
It's been trash for the last decade.
Yeah, no. Oh, I thought that was Ryan. It's not.
Oh, that would have been lit.
This segment.
Yeah, I think we're good on this. Do you have any last thoughts?
How I Met Your Mother isn't a top 10 show. Ted Mosby is actually a little bitch. And if he grew a pair of balls, he would have ended up with the woman that he actually loved.
You said Ted Mosby?
Yeah.
From Sweet Life?
No, Ted Mosby is the guy from How I Met Your Mother. That's the main character.
Isn't that the fucking butler from Zack and Cody?
No, the butler was Esteban.
No, the host or the manager.
It's Mr. Mosby. It's Mr. Mosby.
Mr. Mosby.
He low-key was fucking Carrie.
Who's Carrie? Is that
the mom?
You think? Oh, that's how they kept. Oh, yeah.
Because like why would you she wasn't a great singer, right?
Yeah, she was why would you up like she was trash.
Yeah. Why would you keep her around? Let her live in a hotel room, and her kids just vandalize your hotel every day. They had to have been fucking, and Erwin, who was in love with Carrie, didn't know. And if he ever did find out, I feel like he would have killed everybody.
That's true. It is kind of weird that, like, looking back at that show, an entire family was living in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Like, where do they put their clothes and shit?
And I mean, they had a closet.
Yeah, but that's like 4 people.
It was 3
people, whatever. I mean,
there was 2 rooms. It was like a nice
you're
apartment.
Right. All right, never mind.
Have you never been in a nice hotel?
No, that makes sense. For a second there, I thought it was just like a room and not like an actual suite.
Well, it's called the Sweet Life.
Yeah, looking back at it, it actually makes sense. Kid me never really actually thought about that when I was watching it.
No, you were probably pretty stupid.
Yeah, very stupid. It was because I was just looking forward to Family Guy and Futurama in 8 hours. But yeah, I mean that was a pretty good show. I feel like if we watched it now, we'd probably think it was absolute trash. But that's just a Disney show, so we can't really hold it against it.
You can't. It was good for when we were young. That's
exactly. It got us through the bad years. So Elias, I don't know if I speak for you on this, but I feel like the update from Snapchat like 2 years ago when they created Snapchat Discovery was the dumbest and most useless update that I could have ever imagined. Like, do you use it? Do you ever look at it?
I never used Snapchat to begin with.
Are you too cool for that?
I'm too cool for Snapchat. I think it's weird for people to still use Snapchat and ask you for your Snap code.
I feel like that was the thing to do at bars. Like, you didn't want to like be that guy that asks for a number. And like the Snapchat was just easier and more accessible. So for you, I feel like as a single as fuck male.
I wouldn't say I'm single as fuck. I got propositions out there.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's news to me, bro. Congrats. But as you, who's probably a single as fuck male, probably most of the time too, Snapchat should be like your app of choice. It's definitely meant for single people. Or women that are cheating on their boyfriends.
Attractive single people.
You think so?
Yeah. Who the fuck wants the Snapchat of an ugly dude?
Yeah, that's very true. You gotta at least be like a
solid 6 or 7.
Yeah, like a New York City 6.
Yeah. A New York City 6. I'm a Syracuse 6. So I'm a New York City 2.
You're like a 4, 5, 4.5, 4 and 7.
A Syracuse 4.5.
Oh, New York.
Oh, okay.
No, you're probably a 5. You got beard game.
I'll take that.
I don't think you're an ugly guy. I think when you dress like you do now, you kind of look like a slob, and it takes you down a couple points.
I do look like a slob, but this is a podcast.
Dude, our listeners and viewers deserve to have a handsome host. Give them what they want.
Whoever is listening to, whoever has gotten to this point in the podcast is not watching us.
Yeah, we're just kind of like in the background of whatever they're doing.
They're just talking. We're just talking. Nobody's looking at me. So that's all I gotta say about that.
But going back to Snapchat, every time I like accidentally swipe for whatever reason, it always goes to that discovery screen, and like it's always just the most useless shit. Like this last time I looked at it and it only caught my attention because like this woman is like looking down at a hot dog, like all sensually and stuff. I was like, what the fuck is this? And like it's the fastest time to eat a hot dog. Why would they make it look like she's about to suck a wiener?
Because they want you to click on it.
Yeah, but like it's like of all things, you're gonna sexualize a hot dog?
Yeah, they're called wieners.
See, I just feel like it's very ironic how they like, you know, like it's men sexualize women, the media sexualizes women, and it's a known fact, and then they're just okay with putting that on Snapchat.
Oh, so okay. So,
you know?
And so the person that you follow on here is Kourtney Kardashian, correct? And what is it? Was that right there? Just on the picture itself.
That's a Kardashian, though.
No, I'm just saying the media sexualizes women when you're also sexualizing women with the content that you're looking at.
I love Kourtney. I don't look at this. I don't
even
know.
The media would not sexualize women unless men like you wanted it.
I will admit this though. I do like whenever I see Matt Stone, he's in the top left corner of the screen. He's like the professional eater. I love watching his stuff. So like when I accidentally swipe, I'll be like, oh, Matt Stoney. And I'll watch that. And also like see how like there's a muscular woman with 16-inch biceps. They always have some wild shit. And it's always like one-armed man. Yeah, it's like it's always just abnormal humans.
Oh, she has 16-inch biceps.
Yeah, so I love watching shit like that because I like seeing like super skinny people going to being like fucking bodybuilders or like one-arm people being bodybuilders. I feel like that shit's dope. But like everything else, I just feel like is so dumb. It's always covered in ads. It's very unwatchable. You'll watch something and you don't even see what the fuck they were talking about. It's like reading an article from Kunal.
Well, why are we just shitting on Kunal?
Because he's not gonna watch this.
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, that was a fucking stasty one.
That was juicy.
I felt that one, bro. Jesus, felt like a waterfall, dude. You good? You gotta wipe your ass, dude?
I might have to take a second.
Jesus, bro, you should not have been wearing white, bro. You're gonna get a stain. So, Elias, are you aware that Chris Paul is all of a sudden, everyone on the media is saying that he is the favorite to win MVP.
Is this news that just recently came out?
Like today, like it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like he was
must have been a slow news day.
I mean, I guess it is, but like, he's been like top 6, just like it seems like everyone else in the NBA, for like the entire season, and then like randomly they're like, "Oh, Chris Paul, you're the MVP."
This happens all the time though. Every year, it's like they have the clear cut number one. Like this year, it's Jokic. And then just like the last month, they're like, "Oh no, this guy's gonna be the MVP," and then he'll finish like 4th.
I feel like I don't remember something like this. Like I don't remember it being like 2 weeks before the year that everyone's like, "Oh, this guy is the clear cut MVP," unless it's like LeBron or something.
True.
With this, I find it interesting, and I find it to be a slight at Jokic. It seems like, like it was Embiid, then it was like Harden was kind of sneaking up. You had like Paul just kind of waiting. You had Steph Curry doing his thing. And like Jokic was always up there. He was always top 2. Embiid, he's pretty much out of the running now because of the injury. And like Harden out with injury. The only guys left there it's Jokic and Chris Paul. And Chris Paul is only there like by default, while Jokic is like leading the league in like points, rebounds, assists, is leading a team without its second best player. They're like 9-1 since Jamal Murray got injured. They have like the number 3 seed in the hardest conference. I mean, it's clear as day. Like you said, there's a clear-cut MVP right now. It's Jokic. And I feel like it's a slight because he's like white. He's goofy. For whatever reason, it's like
he's a center.
I don't know, because no one had a problem with Embiid being the clear-cut favorite. Like what is wrong with Jokic, and like why?
No, I think when Embiid was it, I think they would rather have given it to LeBron, because at that point LeBron was in the conversation. Yeah, early on in the season, yeah.
I thought it was Embiid or LeBron early on.
That's what I'm saying.
But I still thought Embiid always had that upper hand, but the media was obviously pushing for LeBron. But Embiid was still.
They're doing everything in their power to make it so it wasn't a center. That's what I'm saying.
But like when you looked at LeBron, it like didn't really make any sense because like he wasn't like top 15 in any area.
But then they're pushing the narrative because they wanted it to be anybody but a center.
But like I didn't think. That actually is a very good point. And then he got injured, and then it was just like it was Embiid or Jokic, and that was it. And then like you had like Harden like kind of coming up, but he didn't really have an argument yet. But like no one had a problem with either of those guys, and it was Embiid for fucking like 2 months. Like no one was undercutting him. But no one had a problem with him back then. And then like Jokic ends up being the clear-cut favorite. No one's even close to him. And all of a sudden, like you got Perk saying all this fucking cap about how like CP3 is the clear MVP. It's like there's nothing clear about that statement.
Yeah. If he was the clear cut, he would have been the clear cut from. He hasn't been hurt from like. Well, I guess he did go off that 1 month. And people were talking about him.
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the number 1 seed in the West, and I give him that. But everyone's saying it's like, well, Steve Nash won it in the same situation on the same team, so give it to Chris Paul. But it's like he wasn't going up against someone doing what Jokic is doing.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that says it's not Jokic is just trying to find a story. And that's Kendrick Perkins is always that type of person.
But you have like all these former players like Nick Young. You know, they're all pushing this narrative, and I feel like it's just getting really fucking annoying. And it's like, what does Jokic have to do to earn your approval?
Average 50, 10, and 20.
He's like But he's already like leading. He's already like top 2 in everything. Like I just don't understand.
Maybe
it's
not
like
be white.
that's literally it. And it's like it's not fair. And I hate like pulling the race card. But like it almost comes down to it because he's not like the stereotypical guy. A lot of people think he's not marketable. He's not the fun selection. But when you watch his game, he is the fun selection. He's a treat to watch. And also, he's a hilarious guy when he's mic'd up. He just gives good content. So I don't understand like what the real reason is, why he's unlikable. Because I feel like he is one of the most likable players in the league.
They just don't want to give it to him.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's not Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I mean, he's played decent, or he's played really well this year. He's not the MVP. It's Jokic.
You could even argue that he's not even the most valuable player on his team.
Yeah, Jokic is. You take him off that team, the team may not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, like who is their point guard?
No one.
No one. You lose your point guard and your center. And your best scorer. Yeah, give it to the man. He deserves it, man. He's what, Serbian?
I think so. Maybe Russian.
Give it. No, it's not Russian. I think Shaq spoke Russian, and he was like, not Russian. But good try, though. But yeah, give it to the boy. Fuck Chris Paul. All right, so as of lately, the media, Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, among others, everybody's talking about how whether the Nets have a chance to win it all, to make it out the East, or whatever, to have any success without James Harden. What do you think about this? Do you think they have a chance without James Harden?
I mean, I think with KD and Kyrie, you have a chance, but I think it's going to be hard. With the Harden trade, you lost a lot of your depth.
Yeah.
So I think, if you're losing that key piece throughout the playoffs or critical parts in the playoffs, then you're not going to be as well off as if James Harden played.
Yeah, I'm encountering a lot of fans on Twitter that they just assume that they're going to run through the Bucks. They're going to run through like the Clippers or anyone in the West. And I just don't understand that. Like, it's almost like they're overvaluing everyone on that team. Because, like, you think about it. It's like, personally, I think that you're only going to go as far as your, like, 5th through, like, 8th best player. Like, those guys are going to have to contribute. And I'm not sure if that's going to happen on this team without James Harden. Because he's the guy that makes everybody better. They don't have another ball handler. You can call Kyrie a ball handler, but we all know he's more of a scoring guard. He's not going to facilitate and get everyone involved. So when you miss that piece, along with that huge void in depth that they gave up to get him, as you said, you're coming up with a lackluster team. And they have a losing record without James Harden. You could make a serious argument that he's their most crucial player. So if you think that they have a chance, no. Maybe against like the 76ers, I could even see the Heat beating them without James Harden. A healthy Heat team, I'd be scared of them.
Yeah, they're not as dominant as they would be with him. I think it would make it for an interesting Eastern Conference playoffs.
Yeah,
because I mean, if he was there, it'd be relatively easy, except for maybe when they played the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks are the only team that would give them fits if he plays.
Yeah, so I think it would be interesting to watch the playoffs like that. But hopefully, he's healthy and you can watch the two best teams play each other in the finals, and that's the Knicks and the Lakers.
In seriousness, though, we need a Lakers Clips with both teams healthy, and we need a healthy Nets, healthy Bucks. Because I don't think the Sixers have a chance against the healthy Nets team. and potentially not even against the Bucks. I don't think they'd come out of either one of those series. They're too soft. But I think this is a point that most people don't bring up. The Nets have been pretty cautious about all of their injuries this year. Seem like, Katie has a nightmare and misses 3 weeks because of it. And then Steve Nash is like, oh, we're going to ramp him up now. And then takes another 3 weeks. James Harden, he missed like 3 weeks from his first hamstring injury, and then he had like a setback. And then Steve Nash just said, fuck it. We're shutting him down for the season. We don't care. We just want him to be healthy no matter what. He's probably going to miss he's in complete rest from since the setback. He's probably going to miss a month. That's a long time to heal. And when you think about it, he was playing every single game. He's not a guy that misses games. And that's why in the playoffs in previous years, he always seems to be super fatigued in the playoffs. So now that he's actually getting rest, this might be the first time that we've seen a fresh-legged James Harden in the playoffs. So everyone's assuming that he's not going to play, or that he's going to be injured or something. But why aren't we looking at it the other way? It's maybe we're seeing the healthiest James Harden that we're seeing, that we're ever going to see. That's the way I personally see it.
Yeah, I mean, he's rested. Maybe it won't be great if he took a month off, be a little rusty. That's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe it's more serious than people are saying, and that's why he has to take the month off. And then you don't want him to rush back. But if you can get him fully healthy before the playoffs, I think that's the goal.
For sure.
You're already going to be in the playoffs. It doesn't matter who you play.
He's been healthy. Running for the last week, which is a really good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he can miss the first round if they have a easy matchup. But if they play like the Heat, they're going to have to play him.
Yeah. Hopefully he's healthy, but if not, send him out the first round, and then hopefully you make it. I'm healthy for the rounds that matter.
But yeah, I mean, I personally expect him to be healthy. The Bucks are going to be a tough one, even with a James Harden, but I still think we come out victorious. I don't think anyone else in that division has a chance, or anyone else in that conference. And hell, even in the West, I feel like the only team that legit has a chance is the Clippers against the fully healthy Nets team. But I still don't see them beating the Nets.
I don't see anybody beating the Knicks.
Who would they play based on right now? The Celtics?
I think so. Let's see.
I could see you guys losing against the Celtics.
So it's how many teams make the playoffs?
8 total.
Okay. So Philly, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Miami, Milwaukee, Boston, New York, Atlanta.
Oh.
The Knicks are making it past round 1, baby.
Wait. How close is Atlanta to the next seed?
The Knicks and Atlanta are tied, 37-30 for Atlanta, 37 and 28 for the Knicks.
So it's the 4th and 5th seed.
Yep.
Who's the next team?
Boston.
And
37-31.
How far away are they?
To Atlanta?
Yeah.
Game and a half.
A game and a half. Damn. So a game and a half. I mean, that could change, but there's only 6 games left.
I don't think so.
Yeah, how many games?
Oh, yeah, there's 6 games. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like they're running out of time to close that gap. That should be the first round matchup at least, the 4th and 5th seed.
Well, the Knicks play the Suns, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Spurs, the Hornets, and the Celtics.
Ooh,
it's a pretty bad schedule.
So the Celtics could overtake you guys.
You never know.
Very well see that.
The playoffs. We'll see.
That's all that matters. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited. You should be very excited. We all should be very excited. But yeah,
meaningful games.
That's all that we need. But I think that wraps up this segment. Do you have any last words? Last thoughts?
RJ Barrett, MVP.
Quick question from because you're a Knicks fan. I am very confused as to what Mitch Robinson's value is right now.
He has no value.
Like, wasn't he supposed to be like a star eventually?
He was supposed to be, but
like, is he bad? Like, what happened?
He was injured this year. I mean, he's pretty decent. I just don't think he's like anything special. He's a good role player.
Like a guy that's gonna make like $10 million a year.
Yeah, $10-15 million a year.
Like, what do you think?
Different teams every year.
Is he better than like Nerlens Noel?
Yeah, I think he could be better than Nerlens Noel.
So a guy that's like basically a lock to make any team.
Yeah, he brings value, defensive value. He won't score much.
So, like, do you think you could get a first for him right now if you traded him?
No.
That's crazy. It seemed like everyone had him on like the do not trade list.
He had potential, but that's it.
I just feel like when Jarrett Allen, like, I feel like he definitely had. Sorry. I feel like he had a very high ceiling, but he just wasn't. Like he wasn't there yet. You could see the growth. I didn't even view him as a first round draft pick. And everyone else around the league apparently did. And I felt like those
will pay a first for him.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, like RJ Barrett probably worth a first and maybe more. Quickly, who the fuck knows? I think he's untouchable. I think he's the only untouchable guy on that team. Like, you guys are linked to Dame Lillard right now. Who would you be willing to get rid of to get him?
Yeah, everybody, but quickly, RJ and Randall.
So you're saying if they're like, when you think about Dame Lillard, like, he's a superstar, right? When you think about it, it's like, oh, so they're going to be like, okay, we want, who would they want? Like, would they want Obi, like 4 firsts? I would assume RJ. I feel like RJ is the centerpiece.
I don't know. I don't know if I would trade for a 30-year-old player.
I feel like
you're gonna blow up that team. And you're not gonna have that many pieces. You have to bring in his contract. You'd have to pair him with another star, and I don't think Randall is that other star.
Yeah, but based on their other contracts, don't they have a bunch of expiring guys?
They have a bunch of expiring guys because they're trying to make moves for stars when they can.
Makes you wonder. It's like they could get Dame. Once Randall expires, you could pair him with a new star. And then you could trade what other assets you had and get maybe a disgruntled star and have a big 3.
But who are you gonna get? There's no one else that there's no
I don't know. I feel like we're not gonna know. I mean, it's gonna be like 2 years from now. So who the fuck knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but at that point, I don't want Dame.
I mean, he's what, 32?
He's 30 right now. He's gonna be 32 in 2 years.
That's not even that old, dude.
Not even that old, but the window is 3 years.
I disagree. I feel like he's like at his peak right now.
But I think you'd have 3 years if that's the move you're doing. You have 3 years to win a championship.
I'd give him like 5 years before he starts
years.
significantly like regressing.
Yeah. So in 2 years, they have a 3-year window in order to win a championship.
But even then, it's like once he's washed, you can just replace him with a new star.
I don't think that's how it would work. I think you'd go back to the same thing you were like 3-4 years ago with the Knicks. They're just trash.
Well, I think Randall's deal. Oh, I was gonna think that Giannis was gonna be a free agent in like 3 years, but I think he'd still be under contract. Who knows? I mean, I feel like the best way to attract stars is to have a star. Not sure if Julius Randle is that guy that's going to attract people. There's not too many Jimmy Butlers that are attracted to straight hustle.
I don't know. I just don't think it would be the right move to blow everything up for Dame Lillard.
I don't know. I feel like you got to start somewhere. And I feel like the championship window is definitely pretty open. Because, like, the Nets' big three could be over in 2 years, for all we know. And then you have Philly, who's soft, and they're probably going to have to blow it up if they lose this year. They're going to lose this year. Probably going to have to think about seriously blowing it up. Then you have the Celtics, who look like a mess. It's like, who else is going to be there? You got the Bucks, who are beatable. I know they got Bobby Portis, but, like, you know, they're still beatable.
I don't know. I'd rather see what they can do with this team.
I just feel like this is the time to start to at least build the championship team. You have your assets. They're probably at a super high value right now. You could probably get rid of RJ for the premium. Might as well do it.
But if RJ turns into a good player,
I don't know what his ceiling is. Jaylen Brown?
Maybe. I don't know. We'd have to see.
Elias, I think that's a podcast. Am I missing something? Do we have something else to talk about?
I don't have anything else to talk about. It was a very successful podcast without Kudal.
Yeah, I think we really did well. You know, we missed his energy, but I feel like we held our own. I feel like you know, we're not really a big three. I think we're more of a big two.
Yeah, we're a dynamic duo.
Yeah, we are definitely a dynamic duo, unlike Karis LeVert and Brogdon. We're more of a LeBron AD.
Yep, I'd agree.
Yeah, and you know, Kunal is our Alex Caruso. You know, you need that guy, but like,
he's the glue guy.
Yeah, he's the glue guy. You know, that's what he is. I mean, they both have a very similar hairline. They both kind of look alike.
They could be twins.
Yeah, they very well could be. But yeah, I don't know there's nothing else that I have to add to this conversation, so I think this is a good time to end the podcast. Would you agree?
I would say, see you to our one listener. It was great having you listen to us. Even if you made it to this part, who knows?
Yeah, it's because they had it's because they had to stop watching EDP, so they started tuning in.
Yep.
Goodbye now. You know the vibes.